we'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes? Denise, did you have any additions or corrections?
I didn't. I didn't have any.
Okay, then we'll just approve them as submitted.
Okay.
Any public comment? And no guests tonight. So. Any correspondence?
I did have a couple things, I guess. I know we emailed to everybody about the new Strolling Act. We're getting Francis Mickey O'Connor instead of Artie Loon. So that contract has been completed and finished and sent off to them. And then I did want to let you guys know, because we had kind of talked a little bit about fair entertainment petting zoo. And I did get contacted through email of a petting zoo company. I think they might have been at Rocky Mountain. I'm not sure. So yeah, so I just asked them like what their prices were, because they were going to be in our area, of course, around our fair date. And so I just asked them to give me some prices, and $1,800 per day, 2-day minimum, yes, plus lodging for the staff. And they do pony rides, but they charge for the pony rides. The zoo area is a 30 by 30 area, and has quite a few animals, and it seems like a pretty small area for the animals that they list that they bring. But yeah, so I told them, I said, probably is not in our price range, but I will double check with the fair board. So yeah, I don't know. I think that is extremely expensive for a petting zoo.
Yeah, especially if you're going to charge for the pony rides on top of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, he does say like they have a camel, a zebra, a kangaroo, llama, alpaca, antelope, mini cattle, exotic cattle, water buffalo, giant tortoise, porcupine, tabby, and much more.
Wow.
So,
wow. Where are they stationed out of?
They come from Texas. And it is actually kind of a cool story. It's a kid that he started this as like his like senior FFA project or something, and that's how it started, but it's turned into a pretty big thing. You're kidding.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely seems like a small area for all those animals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, thanks for getting that info. We can
so yeah,
keep
so
it
I
for
did
the
get some.
future.
I was just telling him. I did get contacted by a petting zoo, so he gave me some information, and it's $1,800 a day, 2-day minimum.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they do pony rides, but they charge $8 a pony ride. Yeah, $8 per ride.
Okay.
I got a couple ponies I could bring.
Yeah, you could be making money. Nice some goats.
So yeah, that's just my correspondence that I wanted to share with you guys. So.
Okay. All right. Thank you. We are at reports and discussion.
Okay.
Take over.
Are you sure you don't want to keep going? Because I totally will think. Sorry, I really thought it was at 5:15. My bad. I should double check. So greatly apologize on that front. So we do have any more correspondence, or we're done with that?
Nope,
Moving on.
done.
Okay, perfect. Reports and discussions. Open class. Our next meeting for our open class will be March.
Was it 23rd or 25th?
I have no idea.
I have it.
Oh, we have it on the books.
5th of March.
Okay, thank you guys. March 25th. I think we're doing it at 5:15. That's why I thought today was 5:15, because I had that one in my head. And I think during that meeting we will be going over kind of our decorations for how we plan to decorate the inside of the building this year. I already sent out the theme to the group so they can start thinking about things. We are going to go through any of the additions that we have for the fair book. At this point in time, we did have kind of an open position. Does that have to be approved if we select someone new? Okay, good. I was hoping I didn't mess that up.
You could just
Okay, good deal.
Yeah.
So we did have an open position, and we kind of moved things around. So Dina Gobbs is going to assist us with the home crafts, and Hannah Rouser is moving to the fine arts, painting and artwork. So that's kind of been a change for this year. It's kind of the main things that we're going to be discussing. And then, of course, the art wall, how that kind of plays into it and what assistance we can get there. I, again, haven't had anyone reach out to me yet on that from the school, so I should really follow up with the elementary teachers to make sure that they're keeping things. Because I know we have the black wall. I just need to make sure that the teachers are keeping things for us.
And you'll have to have Velcro,
Yep.
the little pre-stick
Yep.
ones that are adhesive on one side.
And yes.
And you don't need both Velcro sides. That's the frustrating part because you'll use all of the
Just use
one.
half of it.
And then the other one, the fuzzier side, you won't use. But
I think you can,
you can get rolls, usually rolls or dots of it.
yes, yep, that's what I was thinking.
Yep.
So hopefully we should be good there. That's all that I had, unless there's any questions about open class. Okay. Moving on to vendors.
So I told you guys Val was going to be late. I'm not sure if she'll end up coming in or not. But she is going to try to stop into the office, hopefully maybe this week. Because I did update our vendor letters, the food vendor and commercial vendor letters. And I have had a couple vendors start to email asking about getting the letters so they can get on our books. But so Val and I can meet and get all of the stuff from Sheila back to her so she can get reorganized for it.
Perfect.
Well, I guess technically if we decide to switch roles
Yes.
officially
Yes.
later in the business.
Okay. Rodeo with Denise.
Yeah, we met, was it last week, I think? And I forgot to bring my rodeo folder. But did I tell you that the rodeo got an award last year? Did we already talk about that? For the state of Montana for our size of
Yes.
rodeo? Okay.
At least I knew. I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember if we talked about it in the meeting or I remember seeing it on like social media and stuff.
Okay.
But
So we have a plaque that we went up to Kalispell during the NRA finals in the end of October, early November, and so we gave the plaque to Win Meehan. He might put it up at the store. We don't really have a spot for it to keep it permanently, but I think we have a new kiosk there by the handicap grandstand, so we'll probably put it in there. Yeah, we had a meeting and we went through a lot of stuff. Isn't that horrible? I think we've signed the contract or we'll be signing it with the stock contractor. That's kind of a huge deal. And, there's a lot of stuff we'd like to do, but it's exhausting work, so as you guys know. So I don't know. We're kind of brainstorming some ideas on some things we'd like to do. So we're just kind of getting the ball rolling for the year.
Okay. I did see your post on Facebook. Is it 250 years or what was it? Can you refresh my memory about that?
200. Lisa, well, the whole nation. Isn't it 250 years
it's like
for
America's
America?
250th birthday.
Yeah.
This year.
So
Okay.
that's why we kind of took that on because rodeo is extremely patriotic. So, and it was an idea that Lisa had, so we kind of took that on as our theme for the year. So just a lot of red, white, and blue flag, patriotism kind of thing.
Cool.
I think she maybe said something like still right and strong or something. I'll have to look because she just tagged everybody. But yeah, that's going to be our focal point for the year, I guess.
And please, I don't mean to sound.
That's okay. 250 years of freedom, still riding strong.
Okay. Do you guys always have a theme? I just am still learning here, so apologies.
Not necessarily, no.
Okay.
We're trying to get a little bit more in that
Yeah.
realm.
That's okay. And then I was just mostly curious because I didn't know if there was an opportunity for us to kind of work together.
Yeah.
And or
Of
if
course.
not, that's okay too.
Yeah.
I was just simply
No,
curious.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Cool. I think that we do have it's for 3 more years, the theme that we can share with you.
Yeah, we do usually choose like
Oh.
3 years in advance, just
Oh, do
so
you?
that we don't have to
Uh-huh.
revisit it as often, I guess.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I think it would make more sense to do it together, and I think at times it has happened that way. But, you know, your logo just says Broadwater County Fair, so I don't know. And I think Lisa's the one that said, did you know that it's 250 years? And we all went, no.
I didn't know either. That's why I asked.
We
Yeah.
didn't know either until we did our county contest, 4-H county contest is like happy 250 birthday America theme.
Oh, really?
But yeah, I didn't know about it
Yeah.
either until then. So I mean,
Yeah.
otherwise it would have been
We
good to
probably
do something about
should
that.
have done
'cause,
the
like,
same. Yeah.
when it was 60 years, we did like celebrating 60 years of tradition for what was that, a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Um,
No.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is the bad part about choosing in advance, is if there's anything new or
Or
really
could have caught it sooner.
current that's happening that you could have based your theme around, but
Yeah.
So do you guys come up with the themes, or do you work with other counties?
We just came up with it.
Okay.
It's
And
just
so
it was
you
just our county.
And you said that you do like a 3-year thing at a time?
Well, I think we did 5 years last time, right? It was just recently, like last year, right before you came on.
Okay.
We picked it.
Okay.
We picked them. So I
I would have to look back at the
I don't know what it is.
at the
either.
minutes.
I don't have it written.
Well, when you think about it, maybe just email me and I can share it with the rodeo club and say, you know, maybe in the future, if we can, trying to coordinate a little bit.
Yeah.
But
And or we can always I don't think we're set on stone in ours either. Like if another
something like
yeah,
something
like
really
we
great for
probably
something.
could have switched ours had we known, but it's too
Yeah.
late now, which is fine. But it is a great. And I got a lot of red, white, and blue. It's an easy,
Yeah.
easy color to
Yeah.
decorate with. So, okay, I was just curious about that.
yeah.
Any questions for Denise with rodeo? Okay, 4-H with Karen.
We're finishing up fair book changes or suggestions to change. Those will be finalized this month. Indoor, well, kind of all county contest is March 15th,
15th.
15th. They're working on improvements out at the fairgrounds to include a new scale. That's just in the works. Lot to do there. And so far we have $6,300 to go towards our new bleachers.
You have $6,300 for what?
Committed to go to the new aluminum bleachers.
Oh.
Remind me what the total is. I'm not saying that you have to raise them all, but what
We'll, basically, if we could get anywhere 4 to 6, I think, to begin with. Get them here, get them together, make sure they're going to work with what we think it fair, with what we, and then go from there as far as continuing if we want to,
Yeah.
how many more do we want to replace of the white? We don't need 1 for 1 on the white because there's some extra there.
So you're just hoping to get a few and put them up this year, see how it looks, and then, so the $6,300 that you have, is that from a grant?
Toston Blue Ribbon donated $3,000. Broadwater Community Foundation donated $2,800, and council did $500. So that's where we're sitting now. We're still hoping to get a little bit more because, like I said, we'd like to do the 4 to 6 in that first round.
and how much does 4 to 6 cost roughly? 10. Sorry.
Between 1,800.
There's a lot of different places to order them from, and some of them you have to pay freight
Oh.
shipping, and so it depends on quantity and
Right.
but I've seen them probably anywhere from like $1,300, like $1,600 to $1,700 a piece plus shipping.
So if you estimate about 1,800, you know, well, percent.
Okay. I'm sorry, what's the quick math on 1,800 times, what'd you say, 18 times 6?
10,800.
Okay, cool, thank you. Okay. Okay. And the only reason why I asked that is because later, the CIP
Okay, so,
stuff.
but did you, because I thought you were writing a grant, so,
We did.
and
That
when-
was the $2,800 one.
That's the, okay, now. Okay, so then, are you going to do another grant? Or you're just hoping to get,
We'll continue to reach out to other businesses, might go
Yeah.
visit Rotary, might go visit, you know, there's a few more that we could. If we get enough where we can order the 4 to 6, then I might wait for that next round until they're here, so that
Mhm.
people can see them and, you know, I mean, so.
yeah. Because I think this would be an easy grant with Rotary or Trust Board. But I think, because you've already got a lot of match. You know, that's kind of the good thing.
But yes, we can, where we've got the match, if it's, you know, better to do it now, we can.
Even if you did it in the calendar year, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if they would go for that. You kind of have to do it simultaneously, and I can't remember, I think it's 25% that Trust Board likes, I think, but it's not like imperative.
Okay.
But I think it sweetens the deal for them if they see that. And Rotary, I don't think there is. So Rotary might be an easy one just to finish getting over your top to get your 4 to 6 of them. And they don't even require reports. Trust Board likes reports,
Which
which is fine.
is fine, yeah.
But Rotary was really easy to go.
We'll look into those two also. I mean, if we can, you know, if you had enough money and you could bump it to 8 the first round, they're still usable everywhere. I mean, you can take them out, you can put them around outside. I mean, we
Multi-purpose.
could still use them lots of places.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my
around
thought,
those fairgrounds, so.
why I asked was because I know that we're talking about the CIP later in new business. And because we also use them for open class. So, like, if we want to include that in our CIP ask, that's why I was curious. So we can discuss that more
And I
later,
think
if
they
that's
can
okay.
be adjusted pretty well for what we want on the indoor.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah. We can make it work.
we might have to tweak a little bit, you know, or maybe have something. But I think overall it'll be pretty easy to use, but
Okay.
I don't want 25 of them and then decide that that's not what you want.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed.
Cool.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Any other questions for Karen? Okay. Public relations.
We really haven't done anything too much with that, I guess, yet. I know the county has like their they have a spot weekly in the newspaper, and during the last department head meeting, they asked for department heads to start submitting articles to publish. And they don't charge the county for or maybe they do, but I know it doesn't trickle down to the departments if they do. But so I'll probably write another article. I kind of have like the basic ones, like, hey, fair time's coming soon, start thinking about this, and this is when the books will be out, and so I'll probably get one of those submitted soon, but.
Okay. Cool. Any other reports or discussions? Seeing none, we'll move on to Fair Board business. So the budget update is on the back.
Not a lot really has changed since the last budget update. I think the only thing that I had to change on here was, of course, like the wages part. A few office supply orders. That one went up a tad. And the monthly services, like the email, stuff like that, came out. But there really wasn't a lot of bills that we paid. I did make an order for ribbons and rosettes, but it's in, they are still like setting it up and everything. So we did need to order open class
Yes, sorry. Yep.
rosettes.
Mhm.
So that's part of the order. So it'll be a little bit more expensive because our open class rosettes are like $6 a piece.
Okay.
Because they're multicolor, like the ribbon, you know, the streamer. There's like a white streamer and a green streamer, or a teal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then we also needed to order some open class flat ribbons. And I've never ordered open class flat ribbons yet, so it's at least been 5 years since we've ordered them. But so we'll have some of those coming in, and we had to do a new logo design because they didn't have it on file. Like our open class ones have the county line
Yep.
right now. And so I changed it. We have a seal. We have a county seal now.
Okay.
And so I'm putting the county seal on it. And just as Broadwater County Fair.
Perfect.
I don't know if it says Blue Award or I don't remember. I copied the other ones, just replaced the logo.
Okay.
So yeah, so open class I did have to, and I had to order 4 each rosettes.
Wait, why are the rosettes 3 different colors?
They're two, the open class
Oh,
ones.
because we have youth and adult. Is that what you
no,
mean?
because like it's teal. You know, it's like teal, and then
Yeah.
it has like a white streamer and a teal streamer.
I thought it was just all teal.
There's, I think there
Sorry.
is.
Are you looking at
one.
yours over
Well,
there? I know. I have a
no,
new
that-
one and an old
That's
one.
an old one.
Okay.
And that one has like a half streamer. It has like 3 blue streamers and a half white streamer. Like that one was really expensive when I went to try to copy that one. I was like, nope, we're not doing that one.
I was gonna say if they
So-
have some that are just all one color,
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah,
Personally
does
think
it have to be
the
two?
youth-
I don't think
no.
it really matters.
The youth one is just all green. And I don't think we're gonna have to order any youth ones in any of ours lifetime.
Okay,
Because
maybe
there's
that's
like
my fault.
300
Yeah.
out there. I'm like,
I think there was a typo.
I guess I would be like, if you want to find a cheaper one, I think that would be okay, in my
Okay.
opinion. I'm not.
I only ordered 25 of them, so.
Okay. Oh, so you did hit order or no?
Well, they have to. It's submitted to them. They
Okay.
They do the
Okay.
artwork
Right,
and
you're
they
right,
send
sorry.
it back to you with
They're
all the
setting it up.
wording and yeah.
Okay. Okay. That sounds good. I guess I had like a little. I went through the budget and kind of have like some proposals for next year on kind of like what the increases are. I'm happy to share and like y'all can write them down and we can talk about it next time, or I don't know what works best how to do this. I've never done it before. But just like I went through the list and looked at like where we had gone over this year and, you know, talking about submitting proposals to increases. Kind of Jesse's not here. But he had said just submit, you know, and maybe they'll give it to us, maybe they don't. So is that okay? Is there a certain way that we prefer to?
I guess so. When I first started, John would come in and we would sit down and do the budget, just him and I, and then we have to submit it to Bill Jarocki. He looks over it. We usually have meetings about them, and then they all have to come through to the commission,
Right.
and they're all approved during an open meeting. So, as it doesn't matter to me, like if we want to go through and
Because this is just my idea. I don't know what anybody else is
ask for
thinking.
more money, yeah.
When do you have to give your final draft to the county commissioner by?
I believe it's mid-April.
So soon.
Because they start, I think they try to approve final ones like the very beginning of June, end of May. Because our year rolls over July 1st.
So then that leaves basically this meeting and March meeting, possibly an April meeting, but, so you have kind of a list of stuff.
I do. I
Yeah.
did write it down, which I
Yeah.
included the increases.
Yeah, I think we better just do it.
And again, it doesn't like. This is just my thought.
Well, we better listen to your thoughts.
Okay.
I think that's imperative.
Okay. So there's no rhyme or reason to how I did this, I don't think. So first off, I'll just start with the Rocky Mountain Association of Fairs. It is just to keep, it's under 330, the line item on the left, and then Rocky Mountain Fair dues, or excuse me, see, I already have it wrong. The convention, Rocky Mountain Fair Convention, it currently is budgeted at $250, and just the registration alone for one person is $300. So I think we should increase that to $300. I think it was rare that we sent 2 people this year because it was in Montana. I'm game to send more people if we want to increase it more, but usually it's kind of a travel and it's not always easy for people to go to. So that's historically, I think, why we've just sent one, is due to the timing and it's hard to get people to go. So that is an increase, I'll say, to $300, which is a $50 kind of increase itself. I have 2 numbers that I'll propose each time, what I want it to be and how much of an increase it is from its existing. The next one is advertising. I really should have done these in order.
And so your 3 or 4 lines above is the advertising you're
Thank
looking
you.
at.
I guess so. Yep.
Okay.
I didn't know. I did not go in order. I should have. I should have wrote more numbers on here. So currently, we have a budget at $1,200. We did split with the rodeo and/or ourselves, so it came out to be $1,486. I think advertising is the only way we're going to help ourselves. So I propose to increase it to $1,500. Which would be an increase of $300 to our bottom line.
And is that bill, is that strictly for the paper?
So the part that we split, well, our half of what we paid $1,300 to rodeo reimbursement, and that's for mainly radio ads. And because rodeo sets all those up, and then we just pay half of the fees for it. And so I really don't know what that's going to be until they send us our packet of what we owe from our what we split. And then the extra, so $186 must have been our ads that we ran, and we did not have to pay for our insert, because remember it was
The deal.
the deal we traded for them to put an ad into our fair book. So $186 was just like miscellaneous ads, and I think part of it was we had to advertise for our fair board position. And so, yeah. But yeah, I mean, advertising costs have gone up. Like, really, we haven't increased our budget numbers. We just move things around. Like, I've never increased my total budget. We just move things around. Like, on years when less entertainment fees, then we'll put it somewhere else. And so I've never increased.
I'm asking for more money.
Yeah.
Well,
Let me be clear.
Where's the gavel?
because everything costs more now.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. I mean,
And-
like the Rocky Mountain Association, it did used to only cost $250 per
Right.
person. Now it costs $50, and that's
See, and the way I look at it, just because that's your budget doesn't mean you're going to get it. So this is a little bit bold. I don't mean it literally, but you might as well ask for the moon, because you're not going to get the full moon. You might get a quarter moon. But the reality of what you need to present, the kind of fair that we want to present, that's what needs to be in our budget.
Right.
And it might, I think everybody would realistically agree.
yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you're going to get it,
And
but
I guess
Right.
one part is the county now is trying to get everyone's budget to be pretty accurate, and not at the end of the year have an extra $1,200 in office supplies, so they're not going out and buying an extra $1,200 of office supplies that they don't really need just to use up their budget. So they've been like, we have to meet with them quarterly, and he has it broken down like, you should be at this percentage and you're at this percentage, and line by line we break it down, and why is this part low, why is this part high, and they are trying to get everybody's percentages at the end of the year to be within 3 to 4% of 100 from what we budgeted.
okay.
So I mean, we could ask for it, but then we have to make sure we spend it.
Right. I have no problem.
That's not Okay, now the other question is, let's say you asked for $5,000 for advertising and they approve it, but then you go, oh gosh, entertainment's $1,000 over. Can I grab some of the advertising and put it in entertainment?
Yeah, so you can. I think at a certain amount, they want us to actually submit like a budget amendment and amend the line numbers so
Okay.
that one doesn't look like it's 125% of its usage and one is only at 75%, you know,
Which is fair.
so
yeah.
that they both look accurate. And you know, there's a few things on here that
The judge expenses.
the judges, yeah, so the judges' expenses, they took them out of the contract services, even though I submitted them, and they're in my line items under operating supplies. So those numbers are kind of a little whacked out a little bit. Like on 4-H animal show judges under contract services, I budgeted 0, but spent 835
Right.
because they changed my line item when I submitted it instead of taking it out of 220.
So that's one of my other ones.
Mm-hmm. So maybe I should ask them if they want them under contract services or if they want them under operating. We've always had them under operating supplies, and then their mileage comes out of our travel.
It would make sense for them to go under contract services just because you're having them sign the contract.
Mm-hmm.
That's what my brain says. But
But then
Don't let
again,
you
if
look
you
at
look at your contract services, a lot of it is your entertainment. And then all of a sudden you have this key, what did you call it, operating? Okay, you have monthly email security. You have restroom hand washing stations, water quality testing, restroom cleaning and stocking. To me, those are like to operate on. So,
I think that's because it's external.
It's the restroom cleaning and stocking just for Fair Week.
yeah.
And we do sign, we have, we hire somebody technically because we do a little contract with whoever was going to come and do that for us.
But
So-
your operating supplies, you have Stick Course Rodeo, that's just for Fair Week.
Mm-hmm.
I think
But
it's
the only thing that we're paying for like prizes and stuff, we're not paying, I guess, for
external
somebody to work
contractors.
it.
I think that's
Yeah.
the difference.
Yeah, because like the security guard, he does sign a contract, but you're right. Like the
It's
fair
external
judges all sign
contractors.
contracts.
Right.
Um,
Versus just coming out of like our own pocket
yeah. So
to pay like a
so
Because I was
pay
just
for
thinking, to me, if there's a way that you could, like, for example, you have contracted services and then you have your operating supplies. If you, let's say you bumped up your operating supplies to, let's say, 7,000, I'm not saying that, then they shouldn't care within operating supplies how you spend the 7,000. That's kind of a moot point to them.
yeah, no, they don't look at
Same
it.
thing
This
with
is just
contracted
my-
services. Bump that up, but then if you have, because our entertainment seems to be kind of a common thread of an issue of not enough money. I don't know. That's kind of
Yeah,
how-
when I submit it to them, I just give them like my line items. I just say in 220 I want this much, and
Yeah.
in 230 we want this much.
yeah.
We don't have to
You don't have
break
to go
it down to them. But I guess
Okay.
I should ask them, like, technically, since we have these judges sign contracts, should that be included into my contract services line instead of operating and take it out of that one when we use it?
And on that note, I have increasing judges to 1,000.
Yes, we definitely have to increase.
Okay,
judges
and where
because-
are you under operating supply then?
Yeah, and or like you said, the contract
So,
services. Wherever
might
they
move
decide to
them.
take it out of, I
Okay.
think it should be 1,000.
Okay, because I see fair judge fees, and there's no amount there. Is there another under operating supplies?
Under operating supplies, it would be the 4-H livestock, small animal, horse, dog.
Okay.
Mhm. So see, only 100 of those
So
came out
yes.
of
Oh, now that you say that,
220. So we spent 935 total on 4-H livestock, small animal, horse, dog, and this year the extra 150 went to an extra small animal judge that just did rabbit.
so good point. I think you made there that I think 1,000 is not enough to cover all of the judges. That would just cover the 4-H judges. The open class judges is 270.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
fair judge fees should probably be increased to, I would say, in total, would it be 1,500?
So do we have to line item it down, or can we just say the
Fair
operating
judge
supplies, we
fees.
want to go up to 6,000 contract
Well,
Yeah,
services,
we can.
So
wanna do 7?
let's, for our sake of discussion here, let's put all your 3 judging categories to 1,500, just, right, is what
Yeah.
you're saying?
indoor, livestock, and
Yes.
open class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Just
that's
for
not
the
my little
sake-
numbers over here, but
okay.
yes, that's, yeah.
So I don't, okay,
I mean, and quite honestly, petty cash will probably increase because last year we went over petty cash.
I have it increased to 1,000.
Yeah.
1,000,
yep,
which is up 500 from what it was.
I
You know.
agree.
And
So could we just start at the top and go down, and can you find your stuff doing it that
Yes, we can.
way? Okay,
Do we want to do that today? I don't know what our timing
I-
looks like.
well,
I don't care.
or either that, or we can get through rest of the meeting and jump back and do it, what we can. You have to be
Karen,
out
do you
here.
have some place to be?
Not till 6:30.
Are you okay?
Mhm.
Okay. Are you okay?
I don't have to be here until 7.
I just assumed. Are you okay?
Yeah,
I was
they're
looking
fine.
at you.
They have
with
snacks
a,
back
okay.
there.
Okay. Then I'm fine with that. Yes. I just didn't know. I never know with our time. I'm 15 minutes late, so that doesn't. So yes. Do you want to? Do you want me to go ahead? Should I start
Go
at the
for
very?
it. Start at the
then?
top and go for it.
Okay. So wages, unemployment, but projected budget amount.
So we don't set that. It's the county.
But
And so it's, if they decide to do like a cost of living increase,
It's on
or
there.
if their insurance
okay.
monies, what they have to pay for us, Social Security, all that, they'll set that.
Okay.
And then
perfect.
it also depends on what my hours are that are charged to Fair Board per week.
Okay.
And so when they give you your new budget, then it'll, if there's any changes to your wages, then they would just show that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but generally, there's probably a slight change every year.
Sometimes, you know.
Yeah, okay.
I would hope so. Everyone should get something.
Yeah.
Okay, so leave that one alone. 210, office supplies and materials. Currently, we're only sitting at 24% with a budget of 250. However, when you buy office supplies, I see that we've only spent $30, but it's easy to spend $100, in my opinion, on office supplies. So I think we should leave that at that, if not. Yeah, I say leave it at that. Are you going? Anyone?
So you're
Oh,
leaving it at 250?
Yes, for the budget. Proposed budget. That's what I'm going to call that, okay?
Taylor,
Yeah.
look at the yellow one, because you're going off numbers from last.
Oh, mother clucker.
I was like, why don't my numbers match yours?
Sorry, guys. Okay, well, that's helpful. I guess I'm still proposing leaving it at 250, but that's just me.
No, I agree with that.
Mhm. And quite honestly, how we do split office supplies when we order like a case of copy
Gotcha.
paper. We split it like 75-25. Fair gets charged 25% of it, Extension 75. And so any supplies that I use at my desk, pens, paper, markers, all the ink and stuff like that, we really are only paying 25% of it, unless it's like the 11 by 17 paper for our fair book, then we write 100%. And if there's office supplies that are just for something 4-H related or extension related, then they pay 100%.
Okay? And just a reminder, we're coming up. This ends June.
30th.
Thank you. Yes. That's an important reminder for myself. Okay, any thoughts on that one? We're good. Okay. 220 operating supplies. So we did say we would like to just, on the fair judge fees, we'll put 1,500 total there.
And the petty cash,
And
we
the
bumped
petty
up to
cash?
1,000.
Yep. Sure did.
So how do you feel about the sandbox, stick horse, decorations? Are you good?
So, yeah, we have not purchased sandbox prices.
Well, here we come in with
But this is, you can roll it around to something else.
yes, because we are doing this fair
Yeah,
games, and we will
we'll
need
need
money
'em.
for.
And you'll probably need to spend more.
Yes,
Okay, curious, what's rodeo tickets?
I
So-
also had that highlighted.
So they used to give superintendents, purchase rodeo tickets and give them to the superintendents.
Okay.
And we haven't done that. We haven't done that the last few years. We did concert tickets instead when we had concerts. So
And the volunteer lunch,
that's for open class exhibit
Okay.
day. Yeah.
okay.
Which I
And
think is
miscellaneous, and then what's finishing unit for copy machine?
So our copy machine, we bought a new copy machine in the office. Ours died not this summer, but the last summer, like a month before fair. So we got a new copy machine, but it didn't come with like the hole punch, the stapler, like the collator unit for the copy machine. And so in this year's budget, Allison and I both put in, we had to get like a quote and all this stuff. And so we got that part for the machine. And so we split it between fair and extension.
So it's a one-time fee, probably.
It was a one-time fee,
Okay.
so we won't need that again.
Okay.
Okay, so, but, and then miscellaneous, obviously, you've only spent $99 of that so far, but,
So that kind of,
Do you
any
generally-
extra money that was in here from the 5,000 as we were juggling things around, just went into the miscellaneous one.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'd say we should put miscellaneous at 1,000 just for safety precautions, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Say we have to buy a new table.
Bill
or
will probably
tables.
see that and ask me about it too, so.
Because honestly, we could purchase TBD, put a pin in it, but there's a few broken tables out there. We could have purchased new tables. That's how we operate. Okay, got it. So, and then volunteer lunch, we leave at $4.50. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, last,
Decorations about 100.
we're feeding like 20, it's been in the low 20s the last couple of years that we're feeding.
So we're taking out radio tickets, correct?
We can if we want
But we
to start
still,
doing them
you
again.
usually still get them a thank you.
Yeah, we have been
So-
doing gift cards and we've been doing like a,
Okay.
$10 one, but
Mhm.
so it's still.
So leave.
you
But
could
it's
leave
still
the
like
line item there, but
200
maybe call it,
change.
maybe,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Gifts.
they're for like supers and our volunteers.
Okay.
So I mean, there's 15
Thank
or
you.
16 of them that we're buying usually.
So should we increase that? Is 200 enough?
We've been doing $10 gift cards,
Which is a
so it's
milkshake.
been an.
okay, how do you do with getting your volunteers?
Not easy. No one likes to volunteer.
Then bump it up.
Sorry.
Sweeten the pot. Is it realistic to think like $25 a person? And how much would that be?
How many supers do we have? They usually each have one helper.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
And historically, we haven't
7,
given anything to like the Fair Board members that were there.
14.
And you have your front desk.
Oh yeah, and then the 2 check-in ladies.
Yeah, plus an extra 2 usually show up just to help that aren't
That's it,
helpers.
so.
Yeah, horticulture
2,
usually has more
2.
than one helper.
14, 16, 18. So say 20. 20 times 25 is
500.
okay. I think 500
Yep.
is fine.
Yep,
Yeah?
I do too.
Okay, great. Speak up if you don't like what we're going with, people. Got lots to get through. We'll leave the Stick Horse Rodeo and Sandbox prizes and decorations as is, if that's okay for now. Is that okay with everyone?
Yeah.
Okay, so 1,000, 2,500. I'm adding up all of the things. 25, 26, 27. 27 and 500 is
32.
32. 33. 33. This is so...
37.50.
Okay, 37.50,
47.50.
47.50.
And we're removing the last one.
Yep, so 47.50.
And it's at 5,000.
Oh, shit. Great. Okay, is everyone okay with leaving operating supplies 5,000?
It depends on where you're gonna put your buying all the prizes for your games.
Can we come back to that because we don't
Sure.
have a proposed number at this point in time.
Budget.
And the $1,500 for the fair judge fees could possibly move down to contract services.
So we could mess with that later if need be. Okay, so we'll leave that at 5,000 if everyone's okay with that. Repair and maintenance supply, parts and supplies, 500. Again, no offense, but I think we should be using this money. If it's allocated to us, let's. Do you know what I'm saying?
Because it says parts, so that means if you have a table or chairs that break, go replace them.
So far, the only fee that this is there was a sprinkler riser that was ran over by somebody on the grounds, and Fair Board paid for the parts to fix it.
Okay.
So that's what that is here. In the past, we've done like toilet parts when the toilets break out there in the, but they're also working on changing all of the county's buildings. Instead of every department being in charge of their own buildings repair, like us and solid waste and the shop and the 4-H building and the Flynn building even, they're kind of in the midst of taking all of that and putting it into maintenance's budget and him doing it. Same with like janitorial supplies. That's why some things get like the utility services that I have
Blacked out.
marked out is because now propane doesn't come out of our budget anymore, it comes out of theirs. But we have a line item in their budget that we're supposed to stay within. And so stuff like that has gotten a little
So
tricky
that one
as they're
may-
trying to like.
So does
figure it out.
repairs and maintenance supplies, is it limited to like a cap, like a structure? Or could you, like for example, when you had to do the finishing unit for your copy machine, if that wasn't under your operating supplies, could you have went, oh my gosh, our copy machine broke? Can you take your $500 or $1,000 out of your repair and supplies and fix your copy machine?
Yeah, we probably could have taken our like budget amendment.
Okay.
And
So I would bump it
moved
up to 1,000.
I would too, and then we can
Yep.
start replacing all the stuff that's
Yep.
broken.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
I agree with that.
Okay, great. Oh, this is so wonderful.
It's like we're shopping.
Well,
Yes!
but the hard part is like, yes, we can buy the stuff, but we have to have the maintenance guys' time to do the work.
Right.
Like
Well, that was my
So
other
it's-
question is, would this even, so you're telling me potentially this 230 may go away completely? If they take it over. Is that what you're telling me? Kind of like you might black it out like you did
Well,
this
the thing is
utility one?
like
You
like
don't
the
know.
thing on the grounds. Like somebody hit a sprinkler
Yeah.
line and broke it. That's not the county's fault technically. So it shouldn't come out of our maintenance guys' fault to fix something.
So it would stay.
I don't know. So, and it's
Yeah.
a renter. Well, it wasn't a renter, it was during fair. But like if a renter broke something like that, that these repairs will be coming out of their deposit and
Okay.
and this. Like if somebody broke the trophy case glass. you know,
Okay.
Replace a plexiglass piece. I think that comes out of our budget. That shouldn't have to come out of maintenance guys.
I think we should just leave it at 1,000.
Perfect.
Okay,
Okay,
so
I'm good with
it's-
that.
I mean, at some point, the chairs and the tables, like,
We could use
we,
some replacement of
yes.
chairs.
Yep.
Or even
There's no reason why we
the
can't
holder
replace-
for the chairs. I mean, there's,
All kinds of stuff.
yeah.
Okay, moving on. 311, postage, box rent, etc.
I have no control over that. They just bill me for whatever
I think that looks
our
appropriate
fair
anyways.
stuff comes to when we
Okay.
we don't send out a lot of stuff, but we still have to pay our percentage of it.
320, printing, duplicating, typing, and binding. Those are such old words to me, I feel like.
So why is that not under operating supplies? Or like, so why is this a separate line item? Because you had.
I would agree with you.
Like, why is it under 210?
Because you had paper and ink and.
So this was like posters because we didn't do it. Like we have the guy in Helena do it.
Okay.
Like
At
we
that
have,
point, it's
and like color
contracted
copies
services.
of the fair book. They used to do it. It's like they would send it to Copy Cup
Yeah.
and have them run copies. We run our own now that we have a colored machine. However, we do have a limit on how many color copies and black and white copies we have. And so during the quarter that fair is in, our office will go over that limit.
So
By a
why do
ton.
you have a limit? The
Because
county
it's
puts a.
part of our maintenance contract with the Fishers, which is the company that
Oh,
does
the
the copy
company.
machine. And so we get free toner, we get free all of
Okay.
those things. But we have like a monthly limit of how many copies we get.
Okay.
And so we do like copier overages down in repair and maintenance services because the copier service contract is under that. And they bill us for the overages just whenever they occur.
Hmm.
So quite honestly, I think to be fair, like if we're doing 100 fair books that are 11 by 17 and 8 pages long, that's 800 11 by 17 pages or papers, which is 4 8.5 by 11 copies each, right? So we're like 3,200 copies just to run 100 copies of our fair book. And so during fair month, we kind of track what fair is using the copier and what extension and 4-H is using the copier, so that when that overage bill comes in, we can split it evenly. Because it's probably more like a 50-50 split that month rather than what our normal split is.
Is it cheaper just to contract it out? 2 coffee cup? No. Okay, that's what I was wondering.
No, because I think they only charge us for like a color page, it's like 4.5 cents a piece.
Oh yeah, that's dirt cheap. Okay.
Yeah.
So we should leave that. There's no chance that that line item 320 would ever fall into anything else. We should leave it as is. Is that what I'm hearing, Jess? Is that it probably wouldn't? Because I'm with you. It could easily go into office supplies and or under contracted services.
And so, well, like sponsor signs, I guess, I don't know.
Because you're paying someone to do what their normal day job is,
Mm-hmm.
which is a contracted service, in my opinion. So you could easily put it down there.
And is $800 adequate, as far as you know?
It has been this last year. The year before, we went way over on our sponsor signs because we had to print. We had a bunch of new sponsors that year, and so we had to send off.
Is that the vinyl ones that you're talking about?
Like the
Yeah.
plastic cardboard looking stuff that we hang on the
Okay.
commercial building.
Which it's up from like 2022, 2023. It was only at $200.
Mm-hmm.
So we've increased it.
I think
So I
last
think
year
it's.
was the big year, and we went over it last year.
So I say we should leave it at 800.
Okay.
Everyone supportive?
Sounds
Okay.
good.
330, publicity, subscriptions, and dues, 2,500. This is where I proposed the advertising we increase to the 1,500 and
Convention to the 300.
convention to the 300. And yeah, that's it. Trend Micro, what's that? $15?
DIS is our IT company.
Okay.
It's not DIS anymore. It's Mako. We could do it through
Okay,
Mako
got it.
now, but yeah.
And then all those other ones are correct, right, Jess? The fair
Yeah.
entry and the
And
antivirus?
And technically there's the miscellaneous ads.
If need be.
So, and I know like, because we did like our Fair Board fundraiser, remember? So it wasn't like a fair event related expense, but it was a fair board expense because we were, oh, do you guys have a negative lunch balance? 6 o'clock on the dot.
That makes sense.
So I guess that's why it's been separated before, but I don't know if it necessarily needs separated. Because I can look back on the claim and see what they were for if I need to.
I think just leaving it as miscellaneous would be fine. Again, it's okay to budget in some extra cushion. So I think that one would be increased, what is it, $330?
So just put 3,000.
3,000?
Yeah.
Okay. Utility services is nothing. Repair and maintenance services.
So basically, repair and maintenance supply kind of connects to the service, is what you're saying. So like if you have to buy the supplies for,
Well,
I guess it, or not
all
necessarily.
these services are like
Annual.
really the only one that
They could go in the
I even set
subscription.
up myself was the copier service contract. Everything else is like, so the county gets charged, by our IT company for the annual online backup, and so then they go by each department. They have 4 computers in this department out of the total 100 computers, so you have to pay this percentage of it. So those kind of things, and like the phone service. So everybody who has a phone pays $880 a month for their phone service per
Okay.
office. So those top few, I really don't have any control of. The only reason I even know what they are is because when I print off my Black Mountain report, it tells me that it's come out for a
Okay.
month.
And what about your copier overages?
So the copier overages is like when I was saying, like, since we're allowed,
Oh, okay, that's right.
3,000 black and white
Gotcha.
copies,
Okay.
and so So
Okay.
this year, so we've had the copier for about a year, and really we've only been charged overages 1 month, and it was during the spare month.
And $50 is probably enough? Or 50.
Yeah, because so we budgeted
Yeah, it was only
54, and
$12.
fares part of it was only $12. So
I think that's fine, leaving it at 250, which is a nice round number.
And there's like times when Allison has huge things, like she's paid more overages than me because like during Master Gardener month when we're making 25 binders, she knows that the overage is because of her and it's not us spending that much money in January, so like she pays the full amount.
That makes
So
sense.
we don't always split it. We are pretty fair between the two departments.
Okay.
Okay. Moving on to, everyone good on that? Okay. 370 travel, 1500 mileage for fair judges is 700, which is, we were kind of knocking on that door yesterday. I mean,
Last year.
last year. I'm really sorry, you guys. And the hotel is 500 for Rocky Mountain Fair Association, and the miscellaneous travel that goes with it is 300, so that's kind of 800 for those folks.
I would up that line item.
I would go to 2,000. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Because inevitably those prices are going to increase.
I guess
Plus, it gives you some flexibility with your
Ex-
judges.
Especially when you have to travel far for
Yep.
the Rocky Mountain, like
Yeah.
you potentially might have to
if we
fly.
have flights, yeah.
Yeah.
Karen, for 4-H, do we have it somewhere that Fair Board will pay up to a certain amount on mileage? I thought I saw
We
that.
did talk about that.
Because I think that's fair, because
if we
it's
look
not
back
our
in the
fault if
minutes-
they want a livestock judge to come from Iowa.
Yeah.
You know,
I think
we have
if
no
look back
control
in the
over who
minutes,
they
we'll
choose
find
to
it.
come. We have to pay them to come no matter how far they're coming from. So I think that that's something we should visit, is if we can put at least some sort of
Mhm.
cap on it and be like, we'll pay up to this, but if you want somebody to come from further away, then you can help us with the difference. Because, I mean,
And we
you know-
did do that. We've done that in the past.
and this expense does go up because we pay whatever the county rate is. And so it goes up yearly.
Mm. So do you think 2,000 is enough, or should it be 2,500?
It should be, because we already know the big judge.
Yeah.
So, and he's in state, so
Okay, good.
this year
Great.
should probably stay under 700.
Okay. So I'll go with 2,000. We'll move on to 398. Contract services, 6,000. Of course, we're going over that, but this is the judges came into theirs, so you could essentially minus 800 from
From what we budgeted.
that. Yeah, from the budgeted, anyways. I'm trying to see if I had the hand washing. I think we need to increase because, I know this is off topic, but it's all relevant. Did you talk to them about realisticness on the yellow bathrooms by chance, Jess?
We've talked about it. It's not something that they've had time to really review.
Okay.
So.
So maybe that's something they could try to get out there this spring and look it over and see.
Because I think that determines what
Yeah.
this needs to be budgeted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it will increase our restroom hand washing stations, and if we don't have it open, then we don't have to pay for this cleaning and stocking.
Right.
Although it would be nice to, even if we don't have yellow restrooms, to have somebody to clean and stock the 4-H building restrooms.
Yeah.
That line item, I would look at 7,000.
I said,
think
I'm
even
saying
more.
10,000.
Or 10, yeah.
Because I was
Because
going to say,
you're already over 100% right now you've spent, and entertainment,
I was gonna s-
you've been nickel and dimed to death, honestly, with all due respect. So your entertainment money has to come from this line item.
which I had increased to 5K. So if you take the 500 and the 34K, or yeah, 34, what was that? 39.
Well, and then you have 4-H animal show judges. You had 0 as the budget, but then you spent 835.
It came from
Yeah.
up here though.
Yeah, so they
Remember, it was
were-
the wrong.
Okay.
They were budgeted up
Oh.
here,
Sorry.
and then
That's
they ended
good.
up coming out of that one.
Okay.
And this one only did reflect actually half of our escape room. It didn't even reflect the full escape room charge. Otherwise, we would have been over by another $1,400 because the escape room we had to do a deposit,
Yeah.
and that came out of the year before's budget.
So we're all thinking, because I had also the security guard, we need to increase as well. It will be 450, right?
Yep. Yeah, I increased his contract. this
Which
year.
is totally fair, yeah. And then security guard. I'm just looking
And
at
the
my
DJ
list
went
here.
up also because we
And-
used to be able to get Wickens, and we couldn't, so we got that company in there, 200.
And then also entertainment underneath the tent, I think we should increase to 500. So I'm fine with the total going up to 10,000. But I just wanted to, those were the things I had written down. So we're good, just increasing that whole line item to 10,000.
And then that'll give Jess, it'll give you some flexibility to,
Well, the dunk tank,
yeah.
and then the bowl, if the bowl
And then
coming.
hopefully we can start getting some more entertainment and like, the
Yeah.
bowl, the
Mhm.
bucket bowl thing. I mean, yeah, I think it's imperative.
Okay, 430 building materials, 500. What's the difference between that one and that?
Let's see, so the last time we used building materials was when we did the fence around the drain field. So I guess it's something if we, I don't know, if we wanted to fix our supply cabinet or if we needed to.
Could purchase nicer
Could we use
totes,
it to winterize a little bit out there?
like the doors.
Maybe.
Does that fit?
Maybe.
So maybe bump it
Yeah.
up to 1,000?
And I mean, that's what, it's not really like a black and white line between what comes out of maintenance guys' budget and what comes out of our budget for out there.
Yeah.
You know, if it's.
So
if
this
it's
gives you a
I
little
guess
bit
if
of-
it's a normal thing that you can't use the building unless this is fixed, then it's gonna come from theirs.
Yeah.
If it's like, well, it'd be really nice if this looked better.
We need
then
a
it
floor
might have to come
cleaner.
from ours.
Yeah.
I think we need a
I'd
floor
bump
cleaner.
it up.
Well, I have talked to them actually about the building getting on the janitor's schedule,
Oh.
which would be
Like,
awesome.
do they have one?
But no, we don't have one of those.
Well, I
have
think we
Jeff.
need to buy one. Okay, so $1,000, or are we leaving it at 500?
1,000.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which they're gonna tell you no.
Yeah.
That's okay. They
Awards
can say yes to the other
and
things.
indemnities, 3,600.
I'd say 5,000.
I would too.
Okay, perfect. Thank you guys for your patience on that. I really do appreciate it. Okay, that's the budget. Do we need to approve that?
Well, how about if Jess, could you like do add, like for next month, do like you do here, but then add a column that's proposed.
Proposed.
And put all of the items that we just put in there, the money figure,
Yeah.
so that we can see the total and how it compares with what's there. I think that would be helpful.
And then we can approve
Yep.
it then.
Yep.
Do you want me to break it down line item?
I wouldn't. I would just go
increases,
by
or
your
just
categories.
okay.
To each of your categories.
Yep.
Agreed.
Because then we can look at these detailed line items. You know,
Later.
I don't think you need to go through that much work.
Okay.
But if you could do a proposed for each of those categories, those numbered categories, and call it proposed, then that way, if we want any more changes, we can make them, and then we can approve it, and then by April, you, or end of March, you can turn it in as your budget.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yep, I can do that.
Okay, we're all good? Perfect. Thanks, everyone, for bearing with us on that. Fair Board Chairman and Vice Chairman for 2026. Discuss and decision. Thoughts? Comments? Currently, I'm the chair. Karen, I assume you were running the meeting when I walked in, so you're the vice chair.
I think just leave it the way it is.
Is everyone good with it? Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Do we have to do an
I move that we maintain the same format with the Fair Board Chair and Vice Chair for 2026.
I second.
Although, discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed, same sign? Okay, motion passes. Next, the rules, Fair Board rules, discuss switching member rules as needed for 2026, discuss and decision. I know that Val really wants her vendors back. She went a year without and she cannot do it again. So, I don't know. I know that you kind of came on into that role a little bit. Lauren, if you would be okay with Val taking it back.
Yeah.
She would love it. You would probably love it too. She really knows what she's doing there. But that's kind of my proposal, I guess, if you're okay with that. And then that would put you at public relations and or, unless you want open class, or Karen has a 4-H. I know the rodeo is kind of, those are kind of whatever.
I'll take public relations, that's fine.
Okay, perfect. I move that Lauren and Val switch positions or roles as Fair Board members. Can I get a second?
I second.
Okay. All those in favor say aye. Or just, yeah.
Oh.
Any discussion? Discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay, motion passes. Those two will flip. Any other Fair Board business that anyone wants to talk about? Okay. The next is old business. The fair entertainment, so the fair games. Lauren and I got together, and the handout is in front of you. We are proposing. Oh, Lauren, I didn't write how many down. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different games. We'll need about 10 volunteers at minimum. More is better, ideally. We put down our proposed organizations that we'd like to approach for 1 or 2 volunteers. We're proposing it. I'm going to shut up. Do you want to talk?
Sure.
Okay.
So we proposed, where did you leave off? Are you
At
talking
the
about
top,
tickets?
for the date, and then you can go to whatever you want.
Okay, so just doing it Saturday, August 8th from noon to 5. And then having those volunteers have shifts that they could potentially switch off. Or if they wanted to work the whole shift, that would be great. We had tickets being $5 for 20 tickets, and each game will cost 1 or 2 tickets a piece, depending on the game and the prize. Prizes, we were looking at like Oriental trading items. You could get bulk prizes on there for decently priced. And then we also, for the games, we talked about needing rubber ducks, balloons. Oh no, sorry.
Sorry, those are part of the prizes.
Those are part of the prizes. My mistake.
We haven't broke down what we need for each game yet, because
We have not. We started to look into those. Taylor took half and I took half, and we're starting to see what supplies we would need for each of those. We also divvied up a couple of the organizations that we would talk to about volunteers. And there are a couple open spots if anybody has the desire.
Karen, we put your name on National Honor Society.
Yep.
Okay. The only thing I'd mention is we wanted to make sure we were on the right track, Lauren and I did, before we moved on with like breaking down each game what we would need, and then that kind of determines our costs a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Lauren, you had a rough number, I think, in your head, and I didn't write it down, about roughly what you think it will cost to kind of do it. And we might not know either till we get down to
I
it,
think
but-
roughly you're gonna look about $500 or $600.
So let's budget $1,500.
I mean, I think there's some things like you could do it. You could probably go cheaper with it, but also wanting to make sure that it's not something that'll fall apart. You want the families to come and participate in these games and enjoy themselves, and not have it be like a cheapo little thing. At least as a mom, that's what I would hope for.
Yeah, I agree. The $1,500 budget, just to be safe. You probably might not spend that, but
Which is kind of what roughly was a little bit in that thing, I feel like it was. So.
I think it looks awesome.
Any questions or comments, or any people that you have connections with that... Do we have close-up in this town?
Mhm.
Oh, good. I didn't know.
It's actually the same as the NHS.
Okay,
It's
what
also
about
the
that
same.
travel club? What's that called?
Bulldogs Beyond. They
What
might-
about Bulldogs Beyond?
That would be...
Do you know people with them there?
Mhm.
I don't. Karen does.
Okay.
Yeah, I can...
And we'll get you the information for reaching out. We haven't reached out to anyone yet, so we'll get you it's an email, I think we were going to send, right? Or a phone call. We'll get you what you need for that with all the information.
The other idea for your prizes might be to support some of the vendors. So if the
Oh,
ice
like
cream,
gift-
if the ladies are
Like a little gift card or
doing
something.
ice cream sandwiches or cones or whatever they do, maybe.
Get a coupon or,
Yeah.
Yeah,
coupon
that's a
for-
great idea.
Mhm.
Coupons for vendors.
And they can be simple items, I mean,
yeah,
or maybe it's,
an iced tea.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I put businesses without storefronts. I didn't know if anyone knew of any. Would your conservation volunteer? Smart.
Ksenia.
Yeah,
Yeah, she might.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone's good with that. Anything else under fair entertainment? How's that coming along with the?
I did call about the dunking booth, just so we know,
Oh,
because
yeah.
it seems like this would be the appropriate spot to put it. I kind of forgot till I saw the minutes. But I tentatively reserved it because they didn't require anything.
Oh, good.
So it's reserved for 2 days, the 7th and the 8th. And it's easy to change it to 1 day. Depends on who picks it up and takes it back, all those sorts of things. 1 day is $105, 2 days is $155 total. So whether we want to add that to this games sheet, or we want to find a group like the Bulldog Beyond or somebody that would want to run the dunking booth and they could profit from it, which is generally what has been done in the past.
I think that's a good idea to find somebody. I'm not sure that the Bulldogs Beyond, because they're going to be kind of in between, because they're all traveling this June, and so
They probably wouldn't be geared up.
yeah, they'll be just finishing a cycle before starting to.
Maybe close up in NHS, it's the same advisor, so
Mhm. Yeah.
I don't know. I can ask, I'll throw it out there. See what we-
Or maybe what's the new dance group? The Honey Bees or Honey, what are they called?
Honey Hive.
Honey Hive. Honey Hive?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think
Honey
that's
Hive.
what they were called. Honey Hive.
Yeah,
Does anyone know who is with them?
Allison would.
Yeah.
It's I don't know her. I just
Kim,
know that Kim
it's-
Cedarberg.
Yeah. And I think Shannon Cartwright helps. I don't know who all helps. But that might be a great fundraiser for them.
Perfect.
And it takes the load off of, if these guys are doing this other one,
Right.
it's a different group.
Yeah.
And it's
Completely
somebody,
separate, yeah.
And someone with like younger kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That you're not going to get a lot of overflow, because unfortunately a lot of the kids that are active in all these clubs are also the kids that are active.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the
Right.
part that scares me, I guess, is trying.
Well, we don't need a lot.
finding the
We don't need
volunteers,
very
yeah.
many.
Yeah.
That's why I just keep.
Okay,
So,
Don't need many.
so are you asking Allison about that? Or
Uh,
do you want, is somebody asking
I can.
Kim? Oh, okay.
Okay. Thanks, Karen.
Yep.
Anything else around fair entertainment? Did we get the guy, the magician?
Yes, we got Mickey.
Okay.
Well, so we traded to Mickey
Already,
O'Connor.
right, okay.
Yes. So we will have to go through and decide what times we want him strolling.
Can we do that at our next meeting?
Yeah, we don't have to do it now.
Okay,
I think that we can probably tell him day of.
Okay.
But that we do have to keep that in mind as we start blocking off. So if you guys are doing these games from 12 to 5, does that mean we want to block the entertainment tent off from 12 to 5?
Yeah, because we're going to need it for our
Okay.
cakewalk. If that's okay. Okay, I'm going to move on. Just watching our time. We only have 5 minutes. Not going to be like Ribbon Premium Values revisit discussion from last month. Can we push that to the next meeting? Or does it need to know now? Do we need to know now?
No, we can push it.
Okay.
Is that, what line items does that go on our budget?
It would be the payout.
It's
Wait. Yeah.
the very bottom.
Awards?
Mhm.
Okay, well, we increased that budget, so, okay.
Okay. Yeah, I think we won't have a ton to talk about, ideally, next meeting. So we'll push it to next meeting.
Well, then it's only like 2 weeks or so until our next one, since we can push this
Yeah.
back. So
Okay.
that might be good.
Okay.
New business. Anything else for old business before I move on? New business rentals updates. Anything there?
We just got one. They contacted me over the weekend for this weekend. So one more for that. So I have, like, I think, so revenue budget, we budget for rentals. What do we budget? 1,200. And that's really, it's hard to know what we're at or what should budget. We're at 540 so far, but I do have a deposit in the safe, and then this weekend will be another 250. So we have like 3 weekends in June for weddings. We have, I just actually called, or the chamber called today because they hadn't reserved for an ATV ride. And so I was like, you have this weekend in May to choose from, or this weekend in July to choose from. That's all you have. That is the only ones available. It's filled up between rodeo stuff and we would have Gallatin County Shooters. They got the Rocky Mountain Breeders Association. There's a lot going on out there.
Good.
There's at least 4 weddings.
Wow.
Great.
Actually, 5 weddings out there.
And then where do you show your income from that? And then where do you use that?
So I don't do it on my expense breakdown.
Okay.
It's just when I submit my county budget, our revenues have to equal our expenses.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Next is the AARP grant. I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah, so this is something that I got through my email that I decided to put in for. So it's a AARP, so like disability, accessibility. With the new restroom addition, people who come in and park on the airport parking lot and come through that man gate, they used to just have to go halfway down the building and they could get into the exhibit hall. Well, now they have to go all the way through the grassy area between the yellow bathrooms and the new bathrooms. And so I remember like this last fair, there's people trying to push strollers through there and wheelchairs and all sorts of things. So I am putting in this grant is not very much. It maxes out at $15,000. So I got a concrete guy come out today and meet me, and he's going to get me a quote. But this is kind of what I have so far. So like my first thing that I definitely want to do is do a sidewalk from the man gate around the building to hook up to like the girls' bathroom by the door. So, and then second is maybe do a sidewalk that goes along the front parking area here and kind of dips down to get people to the rodeo entrance right here.
Yep.
Third, if we have enough, is to put 2 parking spots out in the airport as well.
That'd be paid.
Love it.
Yes. So I went to airport board meeting last weekend just to get their blessing about the parking spots. If they're in the budget, they'll probably be the last part. Because I think that'll probably be at least half of the concrete expense right there.
Yeah, be a lot.
So they said it's fine that we can build a concrete pad on their property. So this is due March 4th, I believe. If you guys want to do some sort of a letter of recommendation, something that says, you know, we've seen people go through this area and they don't have access to the building anymore because of the restroom, you know. If you want to do something like that and submit it to me, I would gladly take it to put in with the packet. But
When is the date again? Sorry.
March 4th.
Okay. Great.
Great idea, Jess.
So,
Yeah, nice work. Thanks for finding that.
Yeah.
They're not easy to find, but thanks for doing that. Anything else you need from us on that? I'll write you one.
okay.
For sure.
Like I said, he came out today, so we'll see what the budget looks like and see how many parts of it will fit into it. But
Okay. The third item is the CIP funds for the bleacher, chair, racks, replacement tables at 4-H building, discussed and decision. I did come up with a list on that too, but I don't know, with our proposed budget, do we need to do a CIP? That's kind of what I'm...
I think the proposed budget just helps us maintain going forward. It
Okay.
does not help us replace all the items that are already broken.
Okay, perfect.
and it doesn't really include bleachers in the proposed budget.
Okay.
So like I guess my idea was just like, what did Jesse say? We have to do a minimum of 5,000.
Yeah.
Like a
That's
bundle.
more like a capital improvement thing.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, and so it had to be a minimum of 5,000. So I asked him. I said, well, can we bundle some things together?
And he said yes.
And he said
right?
yes. And so like my idea was 1 or 2 bleachers, 2 new chair racks. They actually have chair racks that have chairs on the top and room for tables on the bottom. So most people could just take 1 rack out there instead of 7 tables and 42 chairs. Get 2 of those, and then save our whatever rack out there is in the best shape. That's all chairs, because we will need an extra rack for chairs. So that was my idea, and I looked at they're anywhere from like $300 to $500, depending on if you do Uline, but Uline has freight. If you do Home Depot, you pay a little bit more for the rack, but you don't have to pay anything. You pay like $50 for shipping. And then replacement tables. So I counted tables the other day. We have 6-foot tables. We have 13 6-foot tables, 3 that are broken. So 16 total, 3 broken, 13 usable. 8-foot tables, we have 12. And we have 194 chairs.
194 chairs?
Mm-hmm. Approximately. Some of them I was just trying to like feel and count. I might have doubled some of them, but. And that's, I mean, honestly, I bet you if we took every single chair off of those racks and set them up, there would probably be a few that we should probably get rid of. So, because especially the ones that are like way down in the corner that don't get out unless you're setting up 194 chairs. You know?
Okay, so the CIP funds, is that the capital, that's the capital improvement?
Yeah, yes.
So then when do you have to turn that in by?
It can be any time.
Okay.
It'll be a budget amendment process to ask for funds from our CIP to be added to this year's budget, so then we can then use them.
So can we maybe brainstorm a little bit and be really locked in for the next month, and we can come up with a plan that we could, then you can maybe present when you present the budget request, and then here's our CIP.
Yeah,
I'd be
that's
supportive of that. I will say I also have my list, and I put tables, chairs, risers. When you say bleachers, do you mean the risers, or do you mean bleachers for like underneath the tent?
the metal bleachers for the
outside.
for the building.
For the building.
I call the white things in there risers.
So you want to buy bleachers because you don't have bleachers for inside.
The bleacher project that 4-H is doing.
Right.
That's
We
what I'm
just-
So
gonna
to
So
replace
maybe
the
Fair
white
Board
risers.
could potentially add to the fund a little bit, just so that they have some stake in the game also.
Okay,
So it's
sorry.
the same thing. The
Are
risers
these-
and the bleachers are the same thing?
Are the
Yes.
Yes.
Ah,
We're using those words interchangeably.
sorry.
are
that's
the
where I was
risers
confused.
the same thing?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
She calls them the same thing.
Okay.
The white wood things out there are risers to me. Those aren't bleachers. The metal bleachers.
That we're ordering, that we're
Yeah,
putting,
to
they're all being
replace
used
the
the
risers.
same,
Yes,
right?
metal
Okay.
bleachers, and then we can get rid of some of those wood things.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Okay. And then I also put a floor cleaner machine, but you talked about the kitchen. We've talked about these things.
Yeah.
So.
And I did talk to Megan, but she hasn't had time to go look at it.
Okay.
There's a couple things where I think we're okay, but there's a couple things where we're definitely not, because you have to have a separate sink just for washing your hands, and we don't have one in there. We have a 3-compartment sink, which you need. So that's why I said, would you just come look and you tell us exactly what we need? Because I think if it's within reason, that should be added into the CIP.
Yeah, those are the
We
lists.
can always do one separately for that too.
Sure. Yeah.
If it
Yeah.
would be over because it has to be over 5,000.
Mm-hmm. But I bet once she looks out there, it'll easily be over 5,000.
You
I'm
think?
thinking
Yeah.
there probably has to be some exhaust stuff done. And
Okay.
maybe a dishwasher.
She didn't say. She didn't
do
say the
temperature?
dishwasher.
Okay.
You just need a 3-sink. We do have a 3-sink compartment sink.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I guess with that, you've done the research. Could you bring on the chairs and tables thing? Could you bring what those would cost
Yeah.
to the next meeting?
Mhm.
I think I really am just curious in like what they would cost. I can research a floor cleaner machine if you're interested in that. You already have the numbers for
I can bring it, yep.
the other thing.
Yep.
Okay, and then you're gonna bring the kitchen items if you know.
yeah,
by then.
I'll see if
Okay.
she would come. She was in Hawaii when I talked to her. So
Okay.
yep.
All right, I think that will be helpful, and then we'll have an idea of, because we have an idea of the items, now we just need the numbers to really pull it all together.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Next meeting, March 12th at 5:15. I don't think I'm here that week. Nope. Oh, wait, I'll be back in time.
Sweet.
Let me double check. Does that time work for everybody else?
Yep.
great unless we're at state.
Which we hope you are. Right?
Yep.
Neither of you sound very convincing.
I mean,
Hey, is it,
Anything
like the
can
budget,
happen.
anything can happen.
That's
okay.
We just have to.
We'll let you know.
okay, that sounds great. I move to adjourn the meeting at 6:34. I'm really sorry that went over, you guys. All those in
Okay.
favor, say aye.
I,
Hi.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
On the 12th, I will have to be done